Good morning, still technically. This is Jeff Breedlove with the Georgia Council on Substance Abuse. We are now live on Facebook. Welcome to everybody on the Zoom chat and to those that are beginning to notice this on Facebook Live. This is our June 10th Recovery Town Hall meeting. It's a very special town hall meeting today. We're going to have 6 members of the Georgia State Senate who are all on the Senate Appropriations Committee, many of whom of those 6, most of that 6 are on the subcommittee that's meeting later today at 3 p.m. to discuss recovery funding. And we'll talk more about that later. We got 1 or 2 other special guests today. This is arguably the most impactful meeting because it's the meeting on the same day of our subcommittee vote. So if you have time to text somebody, if you're already in here, and say, hey, join in this town hall, please do. If you have time to share it on your social media, please do. So it's going to be a great meeting today. Today's a big day for recovery in Georgia. Yesterday was a big day for recovery in Georgia with our car rally. We had over 30 cars. We think 32 cars. We think over 60 people. Got to thank the security teams at the Capitol. They were gracious and great, and our crew was great, and it was a big positive day of diversity and unity coming together to support recovery. If you haven't seen the pictures and videos on Facebook, they're all over the place. And it was just a great day yesterday for recovery. Today's gonna be a great day for recovery. And excited that y'all are here. So we're starting a few minutes after 12. We just thank everybody tuning in on Facebook Live. Our executive director just popped in, and just so she knows, we are on Facebook Live. So you're on Facebook Live right now.
Trying to rearrange my office. How's everybody doing?
So, big day, and we're all excited.
Another big day, right, Jeff?
That's right. It's gonna be a lot of big days for the next couple of weeks. For those of you that don't know, the General Assembly reconvenes on Monday formally. They're having committee meetings, like I said, today and the rest of the week. But then they have to pass a balanced budget in the state of Georgia, and they have to pass it by midnight on June 30th. So it's going to be pretty busy. Some people think they're going to keep going once they get in through the weekends and try to get out on the 26th. That's the current talk, but they don't, you don't know. But we are so thankful for everybody getting on. We're so thankful. If you're on social media and want to share this broadcast, you have a minute or two to go share this broadcast on your platform. Please do so. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but it is pouring down rain where I am.
Should have stayed in Atlanta.
That's true. So everybody, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We're about a minute out from noon. With some our guests today, those 6 state senators, they'll be popping in and out. They're in various committee meetings. So this will be kind of a different meeting, but it's a real blessing to have them. I'll talk more about that in a minute. So bear with us if our agenda is a little fluid today. I understand Senator John Albers is on. Senator Albers, you'll be up in probably 10 or 15 minutes if you stay on with us, but feel free to do some other stuff. We'll get some of the intros out of the way, sir. Thank you for your continued leadership. I have 12 o'clock here.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started there on that direction from our leader.
The patient person that I am.
Take charge. So this is Jeff Breedlove, and this is the Georgia Council on Substance Abuse Recovery Town Hall meeting for June 10th, 2020. Very, very important day in recovery. I want to begin in a minute. I'll tell you an even more special thing, but we're going to go out of order today, and I'm going to begin in just a minute with the advocacy update. But today at 3 p.m., and it's on our Facebook page, the link to it, but the subcommittee that's dealing with recovery funding is meeting, and we want you guys to log in and watch it and be a part of it. But I want to tell you all that I am at Coweta Forest right now. First time we've been on the road. And I want to say hello to our executive director here, Hank Arnold.
Hey, how y'all doing? Glad to be here and to be able to host this town hall meeting from an RCO on such an important day.
Well, Hank, we just want to thank you for making this facilities available to us. The wonderful, if you haven't seen this RCO and you're passing through Coweta County, give Hank a call, get off the expressway and come check it out.
There's good food here too. So you can come visit us and then we can go eat.
They got good barbecue and good milkshakes up the street. So back on a tight schedule, just want to thank Hank publicly for these wonderful facilities. The reason why I'm here is at 1 p.m., State Senator Matt Brass is having a rally in support of recovery right here at this RCO. And we could not thank Senator Matt Brass enough. He had some business functions that prohibited him from being at the town hall, but for a state senator to have a rally in his district in support of recovery, that's a big deal. So I've got my little mask on here, but I'm gonna take it off now because Hank left. But I want to give a quick advocacy update. Listen, we have an obligation to earn the trust and support of both the elected officials and the staff and the departments that we partner with. And the initial reports from the budgets were historically challenging. And we were direct as to how we felt about that as an organization and on behalf of the community and our community united around the state. But part of recovery is being able to say thank you and to have hope. And Neil and I discussed this, and the message that I want to deliver as your servant helping in this effort is a thank you this morning. We have had the opportunity to speak to some senior level staff members in the entities that we deal with in state government. And these have been positive and constructive and professional conversations full of professionalism, but also love. We've had conversations with Democrats and Republicans in the congressional delegation, in the House and the Senate, bipartisan support. And I need to report that we've had members of the Senate and House working for us over the weekend on their Saturday and Sundays, getting ready for this subcommittee meeting. I need to say thank you, thank you, thank you for your constructive work and leadership getting ready for this subcommittee meeting. I am optimistic, I am hopeful, and I look forward to our long-term partnerships with the state agencies we deal with the Working Group on Addiction and Recovery, and our congressional delegation. So folks, I want you to be hopeful. We'll stay focused. We'll advocate. We won't stop, but the rhetoric, the tone today, my feeling is hopeful, and we will stay focused and we will work constructively with respect for that. And I am going to say two names. Listen, we gave Recovery Champion Awards to Governor Brian Kemp and to Commissioner Judy Fitzgerald. And these folks are important to recovery. And I believe in them. I believe they believe in us. And I believe that they and their staff are working as hard as they can for us. And so we will keep you informed, but I just want to say thank you to the two of them in particular and all the staff that support them. They know who they are, too many names to say, but we love you, we respect you, and we thank you. And with that, that's my advocacy update today. A couple of announcements at the end about events, but Neil, I'm going to turn it over to you before we introduce our first senators.
All right, great. Thank you, Jeff. And we're so happy to have the legislators on with us. Our lawmakers are with us, y'all. That's a huge thing. You know, I always say it's a dream come true when recovery shows up for us, because we try to always show up for each other. So when we have recovery showing up for each other, and now we have people who really make a difference and make our policy showing up, and that's a great thing. I want to start. My name is Neil Campbell. I'm the executive director of the Georgia Council on Substance Abuse. I'm a woman in long-term recovery, and for me that means 6 more weeks. I'll have 30 years. in long-term recovery. And I'll be 60 years old, and that means that I'll have spent half my life in recovery. I'm not sure what that means other than I have a really great life, and I get to run this organization with an amazing group of people that I am so grateful for every day. I want to start by thanking, we always have an attitude of gratitude, start by thanking Brian Kite and William Carnes. They're the ones who produced this event. This is our 12th. Jeff, is it our 12th?
Sounds good to me, Neil.
Okay. We've been doing these since the beginning. They were Jeff's idea. I reluctantly said yes, but we hope that you have learned a lot and that it's kept our issues at the forefront. I know it's done so for me. So thank you, William and Brian, for putting it together. You guys were still in the middle of a pandemic. It's a reality. And if you need support other than what you normally used to get in your recovery, or as someone who supports someone in recovery, there's virtual NA meetings, there's virtual AA meetings, and then recoveryspeakers.com has speakers that are 12-step speakers who you can go and watch at your leisure. Then you can go to our website. We have a peer support warm line. Talk about that in a little bit. Just try to stay connected if you can. This is what we have been saying since day one. 3 months ago, 3 months ago about. So listen to health experts. Updates on the Department of Public Health website are really good. The CDC website is good. If you want to get some numbers and get specifics about about what it takes to come back to work. We are slowly coming back to our offices at the council. We got word last week that the hospitals where we have recovery coaches, they would like our coaches to come back. And so we're doing that, which is, I know, I think Deb Esposito is on this call, and she was doing a happy dance about that. She gets to go back to work in the hospital as opposed to virtually. So listen to health experts. Please remain hopeful. Try to understand that, you know, we're going to get through this stuff together. Practice wellness. I say that for myself more than anyone else, but practice the things that keep you well. And one of our mottos here at the council is lead with love. Have a soft heart, open your heart, lead with love. And again, stay connected. And if you would, check on each other. I think that's really, really important. If you know someone is struggling or maybe struggling, or if you haven't heard from someone, check on them. So today, what we're going to start is Shonda is on. Jeff, is that right?
Well, I think so.
You got the big board. Shonda Santana, are you with us? Or did I surprise everybody?
I am here.
Yay! Yay! Hi, we want you to talk a little bit about your petition, about some of the things you've been doing over there in Athens, and introduce yourself and your RCO.
Awesome. So yes, I am Shonda Santana. I'm the executive director and founder of Divas Who Win Freedom Center here in Athens, Georgia, the home of our Governor Brian Kemp. And most importantly, I'm a woman in long-term recovery. And what that means for me is my journey started 23 years ago when I came out of the sex trade, was able to get my wellness and healing around substance use disorder 13 years and 7 months ago, and a daughter rescued by the FBI from a family of traffickers. So our mission here at Divas is to help support women who have any lived experience in any part of that I just shared, sex trafficking, addiction, or coming out of the trade. So our petition is, I just checked, and we have 20,973 signatures, I believe. And that is amazing. We put that petition up 10 days ago, and I shared on live this morning. We have signatures from Ethiopia, like the petition has just traveled literally across the world, because that's what recovery looks like. We show up everywhere. We're getting well all across this country, and obviously here in the great state of Georgia. So we are trying to collect 25,000 signatures before the session begins on June the 15th. And our other advocacy effort to help stop the huge slash in the budget is we are gathering as Bulldog Nation here in Athens, Georgia, this Saturday, June 13th from 3 to 5 p.m. to do a very short walk. We shall practice social distancing. We shall wear masks. We shall not hug, but we are sending love through the air to just really give a huge hope shot to everyone who's still hanging in here through this pandemic, and to make our voices loud and clear that peer support services save lives.
Shonda, thank you so much. And we'll be there. I'm going to be there in Athens. I'm going to do a drive-by with my grandkids and then come and see and spend some time with everyone. My daughter is trying to make sure they don't jump on me and all over me, but that they will. I usually have chocolate. So thank you so much. How important, over 20,000. I know when you first put that petition out, you said that you wanted 1,500. And we surpassed that in a couple of hours. So you surpassed that. So thank you for being such a great advocate for all recovery. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
See you Saturday. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
So moving on a little bit, transitioning. So I wanted to show y'all real quickly. We transitioned our services and supports, much like the rest of the RCOs in the state did, to virtual meetings. And the big number I want you to take a look at, this is a monthly total of folks that we touched virtually, the 2,573. So we have meetings every day, twice a day, that where people can call in and get support. And you can see there are some days when we have over 80 people that we touch. Sometimes it's more than that. If you look at May 11th, we had 50 and 20, 30, we had 89 people, 88 people come, or 78 people coming on board. You guys, I don't do math well. And when you couple that with all of the other supports we're doing online, virtual with Zoom, we do a Spanish all recovery meeting. We've just started that. We started last week a LGBT all recovery meeting. The advocacy meetings, we do the town halls. We did a recovery rally where we touched about 400 people. That's how we've adjusted. I'm ready to go back and I'd love to hug. We're huggers in recovery, but so that's been a little much of a struggle, but that's who RCOs touch. On a Sunday, this last Sunday, I happened to I counted, so we get a shift report on our warm line. So the warm line had 26 people in the morning, I think it was, that they touched, and another 30 in the afternoon. So that was over 50. We had over 50 people on our two virtual all recovery meetings. So my point is, we touched over 100 people on a Sunday. That's recovery showing up for each other. Clinics aren't open, medication assisted treatment programs aren't open that long, community service boards aren't open these kinds of hours, but we are here for each other. And we'll do that, and we'll keep showing up for each other. That's the gap that we fill in this state. People in recovery show up for each other at times that you need it. I knew in early recovery, I couldn't call my counselor at 10 o'clock at night, but I could call a friend. I could call someone, one of my cycling buddies that I knew. I could call him all the time. So just to know, recovery shows up. I hope you see these numbers as impressive as I do, because it's been really a pleasure to kind of fill that gap, especially during COVID. So as I said, we started last week a LGBTQ virtual all recovery meeting. I think we had 13, 14 people on it. It was great. Hope to see you tomorrow at noon. We're going to keep those going. We also have our Spanish speaking all recovery meetings on Tuesdays at noon and at 8:30 p.m. And then twice a day, 10 o'clock and 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Sorry, we have them for anybody. And then also our CARES warm line, you're not alone. Please call us 8:30 in the morning until 11 at night. We've got someone like me, someone like Shonda, someone like Jeff, ready to answer your calls and just help you walk your recovery journey. So with that, Jeff, I'm going to let you introduce our esteemed lineup.
And in the interest of time, I'm not going to introduce everybody individually per se, although I know each of these six. It was my great privilege to work in the state Senate as an analyst for each of these members. And I know all of them. One of them is my personal state senator, Nan Orrock. But I love and respect all six of them, and they are all six champions for our community. And I want to say that we are honored that on the day of multiple committee meetings that they would take time out of their schedule to be here. Now, if you are on, text us a message. If you're on a cell phone, there is a cell phone or a phone number on there that I think is Jeff Mullis. And so Brian is going to unmute that number, and it's a 656 number. So Senator Mullis, is that you, sir?
I'm on here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Senator Jeff Mullis.
Nice.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Mullis from Northwest Georgia. In fact, I'm right there under Chattanooga, Tennessee, and there's a debate if that's Tennessee or Georgia. I'm just kidding. But look, I'm a hugger too, and I appreciate the lady before me who said that. And Neil and Jeff, thank you for all you do, and thank everybody for what you do. We're going to do our very best to make sure that budget-wise that you're as strong as we can be here, because we know what you do is huge, vital, important to the people of Georgia. So just, we're in uncharted territory here, undiscovered country, and we're, at least our budget level has improved this week, and we're going to use that to find advantage and leverage even better for to help people who are in recovery and other things like that. So thank you very much, and Jeff Breedlove, thank you so much. He and our old friends, OLE. I am 60, Neil, too, but I look forward to working with you. Let me know if I can ever be assistant. My door is always open for you, and we're going to do everything we can to help improve our budget scenario here.
Well, Mr. Chairman, we thank you so much, sir. I know you had a busy day yesterday. Congratulations to you. You happen to chair a committee that is, it's a small committee that doesn't do very much, but nevertheless, they might give you a good assignment now that you had a good day yesterday. But no, for those of you that don't know, he chairs the Senate Rules Committee. He is one of the most effective members down there. And sir, we thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. And now, Brian, we're going to go to my state senator. We're going to flip back and forth because we are nothing if not bipartisan. I consider her a neighbor. She is a neighbor and a friend. I am so proud that she's my senator. She's one of the very best, Senator Nan Orrock.
One day we're going to get more skillful at unmuting ourselves. Thank you, Jeff, for that kind introduction and for asking me to join the call of this critically important network. And the work that you do is just unmatched. And if peer counseling was not out there, we'd have to invent it. I am a neighbor of Jeff's. We just live across the park from each other and have known each other from really years now. When your son, who's in college, was probably in elementary school when we met, Jeff, easily. So I've joined a bit late, but Neil, I enjoyed the numbers that you shared, and seeing the array of approaches that are being used to reach out to different folks that in different populations. And we look for the day when the awareness and understanding of the critical importance of lending support to people in recovery and really resourcing that, building that, building up the resources and elevating this work to what it deserves to be elevated to. The battles that people have gone through, I respect and honor. And we are going to be back at the Capitol next week, starting out our last 11 days. And the budget is the biggest thing we'll do is passing the budget. And we, frankly, in Georgia, seem to don't have the easiest time looking out for those in need. I'd like to see our priorities shift much more robustly in that direction. And I think in this nation and in this world, as this pandemic opens the door for more people to feel empathy and identify and behave in ways that, both in the way you write a budget and the way that you view people, that we're all in this together. And that's truly the case. That's more than hollow words. When we see the way that people have risen to the task of battling the pandemic and taking care of each other, we need to be doing more of that. And we need to all be committed to the fight for everybody to have a seat at the welcome table. And let me know how I can work with you. I've been on the health committee my entire time in the legislature, in the House and the Senate, and I'm on community health budget subcommittee. We have vital work to do in the next 11 days. I'm not thrilled at going back into the that big pool of people milling around at the Capitol. We're going to try to do it in as safely a way as possible. But I'm in the high risk category based on age, and we're going to do our job that we were elected to do. And the voices of advocates are critically important. And I know you won't be silent. I know you'll be speaking up and standing up for people battling addiction and battling for recovery. Let me know how I can help you. And Jeff, again, thank you for the opportunity to be with you. I'm going to continue to listen and learn as other people come on. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. You are a blessing to me and to our community. Thank you. And we're going to move now to our next Republican member. I know he's on, so we're going to go to him. Senator John Albers. I can't say enough about him as a friend, but also he has had me on at his town hall meeting to support recovery. That means a lot when a state senator focuses on our issue on a town hall of his platform. And now he is here with us today on a busy day. Senator Albers, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And I just want to compliment the great work that you do, Neil, and everyone. It's you really are inspiring to me and all of our colleagues. And in fact, Nan and I were at a committee meeting yesterday talking about budget items and how we can help those in need. And that's exactly what we want to do. But what you're doing every day, from encouraging, advocating, I have so many friends who are intertwined with your organization. And it's just a joy to watch that happening. We do have work to do. It is going to be tougher than it has been in the past, certainly, but I'm also very optimistic. I think that our governor got a lot of heat for opening Georgia back up when people said it wasn't time, but guess who everybody's following now? Georgia. And I think it's a testament to where we can go. We can be smart, we can be safe, and we can come together and do what Georgians do every time. Which is thrive. We can make this happen. It's going to be teamwork. It's going to be unity. And I want you to know that your emails, your calls, your text messages, your posts on social media are heard. And we're going to do everything possible to continue to support you. And my ask is back to you. Please keep doing what you're doing. Please keep helping more folks, whether it's a challenging time of their life or then they can be a beacon of light for somebody else. So thank you again for everything you're doing. Jeff, thank you for your time on my town hall meeting. I can't tell you the hundreds of emails I got from people who are just wowed by you sharing your story and the work that you're doing. So thank you again. Everyone have a wonderful day, and I'll listen in for a while as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Senator, very much. And we're going to move now in the interest of time. I'm not sure if she's on, but boy, is Senator Valencia C on? Senator, are you on?
I am.
Yay.
I just want to say really quick that when I worked down there, I just got to do several projects for her, and they're projects that I remember. And I was so thankful that she let me do that work for her. And I'm so proud of your leadership for Georgia. And I know you're busy, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jeff, for all you do. And we've had some sidebar conversations. And as you know, I have family members who are in recovery, and my only brother died from both drugs and alcohol. We tried to get him in programs, and he was a Vietnam vet, and we couldn't get the care that we needed for him. So unfortunately, he passed, but I am thankful that we were raised in Herndon Homes Housing Project in downtown Atlanta, which is currently being rebuilt by the Housing Authority. But coming from such lower, whatever anybody want to name the housing project, it was home for us. And unfortunately, too many people got caught up in all type things. And I often say, you know, when you feel like there's no hope, hopelessness breeds everything else. And as a state leader, I try to fight for everything that would make a real difference in the lives of the people that I represent. And I tell you, I am just honored that where I grew up, my home church is still a beacon of hope for so many who are still over in the Jones Avenue, in that corridor that is Northside Drive, that passes that huge Mercedes-Benz Stadium and the World Congress Center, huge facilities, yet in the shadows, in the bluff, we still have too many people who are not getting the resources they need so that they can have a better life for themselves. We have to do better. We must do better. But Georgia, I've learned since being in the legislature and on appropriations, and I too was in that meeting on yesterday, Monday, with my colleagues, Alberts and Orrock. We don't have the budgets to do everything, but as a mother and doing my own home budget, I know that we can do better if we prioritize where the greater needs are. Everybody across the board don't have the same needs. And I still, my little mantra is health over everything else, whether that's mental health, self-health, any type health that keep individuals moving forward the way we were meant to do. We need to be on board, have vigorous conversations, and try to do better as a state. Jeff, I can't thank you enough for our relationship. Thank you for inviting me on the call, and anything you see that I can do to help where you all are trying to go, what we can do to make everything a little bit better, use me, use my office. I am here for you, and thank you again for having me.
Well, thank you, Senator. I respect you, but I also love you very much, and we are so blessed that you are here. Is Senator Bruce Thompson on the line? He may not be. Busy schedules. We'll text him in just a second. So I'm going to move to y'all. She's the newest member of the Senate of these six, but it's a testimony to her rising status. She's already a leader just by being a member, but she has got a bright future ahead of her. And we are blessed that she is on this call. Senator Jordan is one to watch, and we thank you for your support of recovery, ma'am. And just want to turn the floor over to you.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me. You know, it's kind of a difficult conversation to have in terms of what the budget is looking like right now. And a lot of folks say, you know, if you look at a state's budget, you can look at its priorities. And we really need, you know, to prioritize funding in the right way. I mean, recovery is incredibly important. And at this point in time, it's really not the time to strip funding from the very programs that are proven, I mean, that have been proven all over the state to positively impact families and communities. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And another problem that's kind of popped up in terms of some of the budgeting cuts are the accountability courts. And they're incredibly important to me. And I know, you know, to y'all, I think they provide the needed infrastructure and they really give hope to those who are struggling and suffering with substance abuse. So, you know, I'm happy to be here. I really appreciate the invitation, but the thing I want to get across to y'all is that y'all have an advocate. You know, the funding cuts that have been proposed really, you know, we need to fight as much as we can. And we also need to think about bringing in other streams of revenue so that we can provide the services that we need to provide. And right now, we don't need to be making cuts to recovery programs. That seems completely inappropriate in terms of the times we're in. So Jeff, thank you. I really appreciate the invitation, and anything you need from me, just let me know. I have an open door, and y'all will always have an advocate in me.
Thank you, Senator. And one of the things I want to compliment you on, because it's important to our community, and I'm a geek and a nerd about politics in general and policy, but I love your presence on social media. You are accessible to the public. I encourage all my friends in government and politics, get on there and let the citizens know what you're thinking and how you're feeling. And I thank you for that presence. I really am looking at you as someone who's got a wonderful future ahead of you, either in the Senate or beyond. And to hear that you're an advocate publicly like this means the world to us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, and anytime I am on social media a lot, and people can message me, if they have a question about anything. I may not have the answer, but I can definitely try to find it for you. So thank you for that, Jeff. I really appreciate it.
And Senator Thompson, I don't know if you've gotten on, he did not, I just texted him. And again, there's committee meetings going on right now, as I understand it. So he could be in a committee meeting. He could have been called into some other meeting, and he's got family and a business. So we'll forgive him. The mere fact that he committed to be a part of this means a lot to us. And if he hops on, we'll get him on. So listen, what a tremendous gift that 6 members of the Appropriations Committee took time out of their busy schedule to be a part of our town hall meeting on a day they're meeting. Just publicly, thank you. I know you have to make hard choices. I could not agree more. This is not the time to cut medical issues in the middle of a pandemic. I know the governor's doing all he can do and his staff. I know Commissioner Fitzgerald's doing all she can do and her staff, but we need, and we beg and we ask, and we hope to earn the support of our members of the General Assembly to go in there and say, we're going to draw a line in the sand on recovery. And we thank you for every effort you can make today and moving forward in this process. You all are a blessing to our community. We thank you so much.
And Jeff, if I may, I'd like to say, I love the fact that we have senators, we have legislators that are on social media, because that accessibility means everything. And I also want to say thank you to I was looking at the participant list and the names that I know and the people in recovery on this call. So I was just going to ask, if you're a participant and you're out about your recovery, please put how many years you have, how long you have in recovery in the chat box. Let's just get that going too, because this is so important. There was a time when we were ashamed to live in recovery, to live our recovery out loud, and we're not anymore. We want to say we're in recovery and we want to help. That's part of who we are. We are good stewards of our lives now, where we were not before, and we pay taxes and we want to give back to this community. Look at that rocking and rolling. That is so cool. We have hundreds of years of recovery on this call, and to have our state leaders listening to that and to talking to us about these issues is really, really important. So thank you all for your willingness to look at that. Willie's got 21 years. It's an amazing thing. So the more we can speak out about our recovery so others know it's possible, the better our communities and safer our communities are going to be. I say this all the time, recovery is public safety. People in recovery, there are hard data to show, people in recovery commit less crimes. By the second year in recovery, criminal activity is virtually eliminated. So we are the safety net. We are the people who make a difference and can, child welfare cases go down, school absences go down. People in recovery give back to their communities. It's one of the main things we do. Sorry, Jeff, I had to get on myself.
No, not at all.
I'm just feeling so honored to have all these. I'm looking at all these folks. I know you got tons of recovery out there. It's amazing.
Yes. So I want to ask everybody too, also type in the city that you're from so they can see that this is statewide and show them the mosaic of Georgia. And since we're doing okay on time, I hope each of the members will go follow us on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram. We're on all 4 of those. But if you do, you'll see a video from our RCO in Polk County that we put up Monday. And in that video, we had a uniformed member from the Cedartown Police Department and a uniformed member from the Rockmart Police Department. We had the head of the EMS in Polk County, and we had a local city council member from Rockmart, plus our RCO executive director. And when Neil says we are public safety, here's what's going on in Polk County. We all love Polk County. It's a rural county. I've been there countless times. And because the congressional member I worked for had Polk County, but they don't have a lot of resources according to them. And we have the sheriff's department also, but we have the 2 police departments who, when they encounter a citizen in this small community that they know, instead of taking them to jail often, they're bringing them to the RCO and they're getting services. So families are staying intact and people are getting medical help instead of running up the taxpayer bills in the jail and prison budgets. I know that we have law enforcement people around the state in urban, suburban, and rural communities that will testify that these 16 RCOs that we're talking about in the budget, they work with law enforcement every single day. They work with pastors every single day. They work with the emergency departments and doctors and nurses every day. So when Neil Campbell says that, there's a video evidence for the members on this call to talk to their colleagues about that. We got local law enforcement now on video talking about it, how important recovery in these communities are. And it's just a brilliant video. Thank those 2 officers for standing up for recovery. We had 32 cars yesterday come from Jessup and Albany and Macon and Warner Robins and all over South Georgia and Metro Atlanta and Athens and Augusta and Rome. Drive around the Capitol. You had 60-something people in those cars. And y'all, this is a constituency that's plugged in. It's a big deal. And so we're doing okay on time, but I don't want to take it all. So,
And Jeff, nobody got arrested. I just want to say that in our rally yesterday, no one got arrested around the Capitol for traffic violations. So well, really great.
Yeah, not only that, but we all know, I live downtown. We all know what's been going on, but the Capitol Police and the State Patrol could not have been more respectful, more professional. And we were respectful and professional, and we were diverse. And it really was a beautiful story. It's probably why there were no TV cameras there, because everybody got along and everybody did the right thing. But what a wonderful contrast to what we've seen when you see diversity working together, law enforcement being professional, and citizens getting to use their capital appropriately as a backdrop.
I know. I mean, who knows what she's going to do? She's stuck.
Senator, let's mute the senator there. Okay. So we're going to get back on track. So
yeah, I'll take it to the next one. You guys were in this together. Please don't forget that. And one of the things I think of when I think of us being in this together, the development of our recovery organizations at the grassroots level was done in combination with the Georgia Council on Substance Abuse, Georgia Parent Support Network, and the Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network. And because of all 3 of our agencies, we have the largest peer workforce in the country. We have a workforce is old, because the Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network has been doing it forever, and it's vast. And so they've got at least 2,500 people who have been certified. We have certified about 720. And the Parent Support Network, I don't have their numbers, but if you think about that, we have over 3,000 certified peer specialists in this state, and we're facing some cuts as well. So we do not want to let this peer workforce go. We want to support it. So we are in it together. And with that end, I wanted to give Roz Hayes a few minutes to talk about the Mental Health Consumer Network and what they're kind of going through right now and how you can support them. Roz?
Nice. Thank you, Neil. Thank you to everyone, all of the recovery champions and allies, all of the legislators, senators who have shown up to support recovery. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And absolutely, I ditto everything that everyone has said. Peer support services are absolutely essential to supporting recovery. And, when we think about recovery, substance recovery is what comes up, but there are folks recovering from mental health concerns as well. And Neil, thank you for, speaking of us being in this together, because we are in it together. And just as the Georgia Council is facing some really deep proposed cuts, the Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network is also, facing proposed cuts from the state of up to 70% of our budget. And you can see the graphic, The Respect Institute is redlined, it's set to go away. Trauma-informed care, which is one of my favorite things, and it's so critical to our providing quality services. It's slated to go away, you know. The reduction to the peer workforce. So I feel like this is, you know, a threat to my personal recovery in a sense, to my livelihood, and just to the life, you know, that we've all just been so dedicated to and committed to. You know, it's so much at stake. Our lives truly are at stake. And so I just want to encourage everyone to continue to, you know, continue to be vocal, stand up. We can't allow this to happen. I mean, we have what is proposed will like really undo 30 years of progress, y'all. The thing that Georgia has to be most proud of when it comes to the behavioral health system is peer support. You know, we are, the states look to us. You know, I know how much, you know, how many technical assistance requests the Georgia Council has gotten, you know, to go out and provide recovery messaging training and other things, you know, to spread this good work. The whole country looks to us. And, you know, for us to be, you know, facing these cuts, as others have said, especially at this time, you know, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. And every news article you see, or so many, talk about the impact of this on folks' mental health, you know, and to think that we're going to, you know, cut the safety net right at such a critical time is really unconscionable. And so, you know, again, I just ditto everybody. Neil, thank you for letting me, you know, say something. Please go to the Georgia Mental Health Consumer Network Facebook page. There's petition there. You see it, the Act Now petition. I put the link in the chat. Please sign our petition because we really are in this together. And I love you all, and let's just keep up the good fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Roz. Let's definitely do that. We are in it together, and we love you. We stand on the shoulders of the Mental Health Consumer Network. We could not have had the success that we've had without you guys blazing that trail. And I know a lot of states, I know that you're in at least 32 states back when I checked. And so not only are you a model for us, you're a model for the rest of the country. So everybody looks to Georgia for leadership around peer support. So thank you. And we sure love you.
Thank you.
And Jeff, we want to talk about tomorrow. Okay, and I don't know, we might even have time for Teresa. I'm going to put you on the spot and say a few words. She's an amazing.
Yeah, Teresa, get ready. If you're on, I'll lead you in, Teresa. If you're on, I want to tell y'all something. Teresa is on fire in Middle Georgia. So a lot of times, the senators down there, some of their colleagues that don't quite get it like they do, they'll say, "Oh, it's just an urban problem in Atlanta. It doesn't impact my area." Well, listen, you're about to hear from I Hope down in Warner Robins and Houston County, the heart of central Middle Georgia. And they've already had a great day Monday. They had peers on their own time reaching out to the local legislative delegation. And out of that, Teresa's got this event Thursday night, tomorrow night, and there'll be some elected officials there. So Teresa, go ahead and tell everybody about this great event.
All right. Well, thank you guys for putting me on the spot. I appreciate it.
That's what we love to do. No pressure.
But you know what? I just thank you guys. I am so passionate about the Georgia Council and what you guys are doing, and Roz and, you know, Sherry Jenkins Tucker and just the peer workforce. You know, let me just say, when I got into the CARES program or became a part of this peer movement, it revolutionized the way I thought about recovery, the way I thought about everything. And so real quickly, tomorrow, Monday, we did Mobilizing Monday in Middle Georgia. And what we wanted was have peers just to call into our local legislation and want them to know that we're a bigger part of what is happening in the state of Georgia with the peer movement. And we had treatment centers, we had peers, we had family members, we had allies call into there. And then tomorrow, we're going to do a social distancing is what we call Living Recovery Out Loud on the lawn. And we're going to get out in front of the building, and we're expecting Heath Clark, we're expecting Mayor Randy Thomas, and we're expecting a retired police chief to show up, and most of all, people in recovery, right? And Neil's coming down. So that's just going to be honorable within itself. And we're just going to have some what we call recovery conversations in rural Georgia and voices voting against the budget cuts. So we're excited about that. Thank you.
Thanks, T. Thanks for letting us put you on the spot, CARES 9, you overachiever.
And for you senators on the phone, y'all give a little nudge to Senator Larry Walker, because that's in his district, and y'all let him know that the recovery community is very strong in his district, and we know he's on appropriations. And all kidding aside, let him know, please, that he's got an RCO in his district that is one of the best, and we certainly need Larry Walker's support, and we hope you senators will let him know that. Neil, I think there's another event.
Yep, there's one more.
Of course, Shonda's already been on, but she referenced this in her remarks. But look, it's no secret that Governor Brian Kemp is a big Georgia Bulldogs fan. Maybe next to Herschel Walker and Kirby Smart, he might be the third most powerful member of Bulldog Nation. And there's 2 RCOs in Clark County. There's PLR and there's Divas, and they're coming together, working collaboratively. But Divas is having us meet in their parking lot at 3 o'clock on Saturday. We're going to wear red and black, and we're going to wear our Bulldog stuff. And it doesn't matter what college you went to or who you cheer for on Saturdays. This Saturday, we want everybody to be a Bulldog, and we want Governor Kemp to get the message that right in his home county, there's 2 RCOs. They're doing great work, and they deserve support. And so there'll be masks and there'll be all this stuff. We'll find your comfort level, but come up to Athens. It's a beautiful city, and buy some local food and march with us from 3 to 5 this Saturday. Tremendous event. Please support this event on your social media between now and Saturday, and have a little fun with us for an important cause on Saturday. If any senator happens to find themselves in Athens, we'll put you right at the front of the line. I know, all joking aside, that we do have some of the local members of the General Assembly who are coming by for sure. So that'll be great. So that's a big event Saturday. I'll just remind everybody that they do convene on Monday in person, on Monday the 15th at 10 a.m. We'll be down there, and we'll figure out a game plan for everybody. But that's that, Neil. So turn it back to you.
Yeah, thanks. You know, we'll be here next week, but let me just say a word or two about, you know, what's going on this week. Jeff mentioned that we've got a hearing this afternoon. We have sent out the link for that. You can watch it live. You can bet my ears will be, and my eyes will be on it at 3 o'clock at the Senate Health and Human Services Subcommittee. So take a look at that, you guys. What did I say it wrong, Jeff?
Well, it's the Appropriations Subcommittee, but close enough for government work, Neil.
Appropriations Subcommittee, sorry. You know, yeah, there's a lot going on, y'all. So they're going to actually be talking about the funding. So watch it. If you don't get a chance to watch it, if you have to work, I know some of you actually have to have stuff to do. So we will send out a summary afterwards, you know, as soon as we can digest what we hear and what we see. And we're hoping it's good news, because you know, as we can see around, I don't know about y'all, every time I'm done with one of these meetings, I feel like I've been to an Amway convention, right? Or one of our the meetings that we have with tons of people. So it does my heart good to be around so much recovery, and we just don't want to see this stop.
One more shout out to Hank Arnold and the team at Coweta Force for allowing us to be here today, and also for having an event with their state senator, Matt Brass, which is going to start at 1 o'clock here. Just tremendous shout out to them. Thank you everybody that came yesterday and that's going to be participating with us on social media and in person between now and Monday. Thank you to these state senators for their continued support and their leadership. We are blessed by you and thankful for you. If you pray or meditate or however you do what you do, this is a time to lift recovery up in the way you lift things up, and come together as a united community. I also want to take a personal moment. I know I speak for the entire recovery community when we continue to thank Neil Campbell. She works harder than the rest of her staff combined, and we work pretty hard. And we are blessed to have her leadership. We're thankful for every leader at the local RCOs and their teams. The unity behind the recovery community is just amazing. So thank you everybody for what you're doing and will continue to do. And as I always say, recovery is real, and I'll just yield back to Neil.
Yep, thank you, Jeff. We had one question that says, when they meet on Monday, are those going to able to be watched? Every hearing is live streamed, right, Jeff?
Well, yes. Now Monday, it's well, pretty much the hearings are live streamed. One of the senators will correct me, but those Monday they'll be in on the floor and doing general business, and those are always live streamed. Yeah. They do a good job. The technology has really advanced on the back end. So you can go to the Georgia, I just type in, look, I type in Georgia General Assembly. The website comes right up. You can navigate through and watch it. We'll put a link up Monday morning, okay? We'll put a link up. But absolutely, you can watch that Monday from the comfort of your COVID safety net.
Jeff, I've had a couple of requests to put the link up for today as well on Facebook. So,
well, Brian, it is on our Facebook page, everybody. It is on our Facebook page.
All right.
Let's take this as an opportunity to make you go to our Facebook page, run our numbers up, and like us if you don't already. And look, you know, I want to say these senators are on social media at some different platforms, and, you know, give them a shout out on social media on their pages. Thank them. 2 important words. Thank you on social media to each of these members, and like their pages and follow them on the platforms that they're on. Engage with them. So Neil, I think we really did good on time. You know, just I'm a little shocked, but you know, I don't have anything else to say except thank you to everybody that's here. Jake's giving us a thumbs up. Jake does good work in Midtown Atlanta at Recovery Resources, right over by the Varsity. Augusta's on the phone. No, we're not on the phone. We're on a Zoom. Augusta's on the Zoom. So, Neil, are you still here? Eric, hey, let's give a shout out to State Representative Eric Allen, who's been our guest many times, but he is co-chairman of the General Assembly Working Group on Addiction and Recovery, about 30 members. I don't know that every senator that's on here has formally joined, and formally we'd love to invite you. Randy Robertson, Senator Robertson is the co-chair in the Senate. Eric Allen is really the founder and co-chair in the House, and we'd love to have each of these senators formally join. I know Senator Orott joined, Senator Albers joined, but that committee had a in-person meeting at the Capitol before COVID. They've had one on our platform post-COVID, just getting started, but there's only 3 or 4 of these across the nation. And what a tribute to our members of the General Assembly that they are raising our issue up in a bipartisan, bicameral way. And they're only getting started. Better days and great days are ahead for recovery. So thank you, Eric Allen, for being here today. And I can't hear Neil.
She had to leave for a call, Jeff.
Okay, so Neil's gone. So with that, everybody, we're going to go ahead and sign off just a couple of minutes early. Thank you all for being here. We'll do this next Wednesday. Busy week ahead. God bless each of you. Thanks to each of our guests today. Recovery's real.